find his opponent is in the closest distance on this map that you can potentially spawn in. On this map, you do know there is rocks on each side of these bases. You'll be able to break down those rocks and get into the back end of your opponent's base and possibly cause some trouble for him. Anyways, Cyplo throwing down his gateway just as Honor throws down his, and Honor throws out his first probe to do some scouting, and he will scout behind the brush to see if there are any proxy madness things going on here, as this probe from Cyplo will attack this pylon. See Assimilators going down. Very mirrored play so far. Any news on that game, guys?
No news yet.
Okay.
No. But that was a long game, though. If these guys need a break, I don't blame them.
Yeah,
that was
that's
a
for sure.
marathon.
So maybe it was a good thing I did get into this, because it looks like they will take a little bit of a break. As Honor moves his probe up and will finally successfully scout his opponent. And he sees that there is the core down here, and there is a core down for Honor, so still very mirrored. And it will continue that way because that's standard Protoss. And second assimilator going down for Cyplo, so this is changing it up a little bit. No second assimilator for Honor as of yet. And let's see what happens as Cyplo's probe continues to go around Honor's base, just as Honor leaves Cyplo's base. Chrono Boost going down right now on this Warp Tech. So Warp Tech is put at the high priority here as Honor moves a probe out to the expansion area that is, right underneath Cyplo here. Right across the way from Cyplo anyway. As we see another gateway go down from Cyplo, let's look at what's going on in Honor's base. Not too much. Not too much at all. And see, it looks like only one assimilator, 2 gateways, so we're going to see 3 gate right here, 1 base, 3 gateways, and 1 assimilator for Honor. As we see some sentries being warped in from Cyplo, and he has thrown down his second gateway. Not too sure what this probe is doing down here, probably waiting to do a little bit of scouting, or maybe even drop a proxy pylon after the Warp Tech is finished up, because Warp Tech is being chrono boosted out from Honor as Honor places down his second assimilator. And you know what? Robo facility going down for Cyplo. So we're definitely seeing different builds coming from these two players. 1 base 3 gate here. Warp Tech finishing up. This probe is now moving out and throwing down the pylon right up here on this ledge. That means he's going to be able to warp units in all around, as you see, all around this this ledge area. Behind the grass mainly, he's going to be able to warp in those units to help his units that are going across the map right now. We've got 5 stalkers on their way across the map. 2 of them hitting the Xel'Naga Watchtower, the rest moving off. They will hit the second Xel'Naga Watchtower and then move in. And just as this pylon is finished up, we're going to see some awesome reinforcements from Honor, and we're going to see what Cyplo is going to be able to do about it. We also see that Honor is throwing down his Twilight Council. And look at this. Honor moves back into his base, interestingly enough. It looks like Cyplo may be saving up for an expansion. Honor being a pretty... and then I lose my sentence, and that's what happens sometimes anyways. But we see here for Cyplo, he is throwing down this robotic support base, so we will see some Colossus coming from Cyplo. No expansion yet for both these players. And any word on that yet, Jim? And it looks like I've got nobody with me. Anyways, we see some...
I'm here.
Okay, just let me know what's going on with that, if you guys have talked to them or anything, so we can get into that next one. As we see, there is Blink Stalker ability being researched right now by Honor. And Honor still no attacks. Very passive game between these two players so far. Another gateway going down from Cyplo. Robotic Support Bay is finishing up, as well as an Immortal out on the field. The second unit will be an Immortal as well. Well, I guess third unit out of that Robo facility will be an Immortal. There is an observer over here from Cyplo in Honor's base, watching everything that's going down. And we see another forward pylon here from Honor, as Honor looks pretty tough with all these stalkers. It's going to be hard with all with these two Immortals up there anyway. So we'll see.
I got the MorroW game.
Are you in?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave this game. We can, we'll see. Well, I wonder what's going to, the outcome's going to be. But we'll go right now. I'm going to join you into that game. So let's go ahead and watch the rest of that MorroW game, because I know you guys want to see the outcome of that. Anyways, I am in. I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm going to need some more soda and some more hookah.
I think this in the last 4 weeks, this has been the most competitive CraftCup main event we've seen. MorroW's here. MorroW, SjoW, Goody. I can't even name it. Naama I was going to watch.
Yeah. It's...
The king has arrived.
Yep.
And I still have no word. I have not heard back from the admin at SC Streams. If you guys are catching lag, we do apologize, and there's really nothing I can do at this point about it. I wish there was, but I've tried all I can. And it looks like Naama will be in this game to watch.
One thing, MC Dust, I'm noticing zero lag at all. The stream looks phenomenal to me.
All right.
For whatever. So I'm glad to hear that. And by the way, it's okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. The stream looks good to me.
Fantastic.
So, and you know me,
kicked again.
Mini Grist, dude, you're with us in spirit.
And you're the man, dude. You're the man, dude, guy, bro.
Yeah, no, really. Half the reason today's been such a success is because of Mini Grist. I really like what he's done today because it means less trailers.
Oh, God. You're so against the trailers, That just makes me want to do it more because I do not like you, Jim.
You know what? Chess is a really good game. It's a really amazing board game. Now, I'm not that into it, but I'm sorry. I don't want to hear about Monopoly and Risk and all these other lame games.
Well, you don't. Other people may. And they, in fact, do. In fact, they do, Jim. All right?
And you know what? When they spend their $60 and 6 weeks later they're bored stiff of the game, then what? Then what are they going to do?
Without the new games coming out, then all the game companies would not produce any games, and we wouldn't have anything that is good. Maybe one of these trailers will be a fantastic game that people like a lot. And maybe we'll end up covering one of these games once it's actually out. And you know what, man? The consumer doesn't care what you think. All right? So,
without progress and development, there would be no StarCraft 2.
That's right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start bickering here.
And Goody won game 2, so it's 1-1 Goody, Naama.
All right, everybody, welcome to Imba TV, where everything is in balance. I'm MC Dust. With me is Jim Raynor. We're bringing you this Mouse MorroW and RGI roll game. This is going to be the quarterfinals of the CraftCup number 31 main event Friday night. Wonderful night for StarCraft, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here. And let's go ahead and let you take it away, Jim.
All right, MorroW, spawning as Green Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner. Faces roll, spawning in the top right-hand corner as Yellow Protoss. This is a best 2 out of 3 series. This is round 8 of a 10-round CraftCup main event. This is CraftCup main event number 31. This game is for some cash at the end of tonight, but it's also for qualifying in the $250 4-man King of the Month tournament, which occurs on Sunday, March the 6th.
That's right.
Now we notice the scouting probe I roll moving through the middle of the map. That scouting probe began the warp-in process of this pylon. Because of Roll warping the pylon in his main base, chances are we're not going to see any funny business. We're probably not going to see any cheese from him, but let's see what happens. MorroW, on the other hand, continues to crank out drones. MorroW really doesn't have a major decision to make until he gets to drone 14, 15, 16, and until he gets 2 or 300 minerals in the bank as well. In any event, moving forward, Roll warps in a gateway at the top of his ramp, beginning the start of a wall-off process, which is common, and MorroW's first building is a spawning pool. His second building is an extractor. This is an unusual opening tactic, and I'll bet you if I were to ask MorroW why he starts with a spawning pool first and extractor second, I'll bet you he could give me a 20-minute speech.
Probably.
In any event, but I'm totally unaware of all the subtleties of that, so I'll just stick to the basics, folks. Assimilator warping in, second pylon, all of these buildings warping in Roll's main base really strongly suggest that Roll isn't going to try a cannon push. He's not going to try anything silly or funny. He wants to play a straight heads-up game with MorroW. You got to admire him for that. As we see the counterplay between these two, between Probe and Drone, as MorroW wants to lay down an expansion. MorroW doesn't have enough money to lay down an expansion
He's got
yet.
a little bit of time, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Queen being produced by MorroW. And we are now 3 minutes into the game. MorroW sits at 16 drones.
Roll. Pylon, nice move for sure. Contesting that expansion from MorroW, so it's gonna take a little bit of time.
And don't tell me yellow probes can dance, man, because that thing boogied. Oh, and he cancels it and puts
throws
it
down
up
another one.
In any event, spawning pool. At the spawning pool, we see Zergling speed research underway. So Roll delayed MorroW's expansion into his natural mineral area as long as possible. That expansion process has begun. Roll warps in a second assimilator, only sitting on one gateway. Second fighting unit for Roll will be a stalker. Will be a stalker. And let's see what happens with this probe and this zealot. Nice move. Obviously doing the gas move or the mineral move where he acts as though he's going to mine off something. It allows him to go right through his units. Roll going right after MorroW's Overlord. That Overlord is down to about 60 health. Let's see, is it going to make it? What do you think?
It doesn't look like it. Not at all.
Second and third gateways warping in for Roll. MorroW with a Roach Warren started up. Zergling speed research has completed. MorroW's army consists of a whopping 4 Zerglings. 2 of them skittering back and forth here in the mineral expansion area of Roll. Also, we notice 1 Zergling by this Zelnaga Watchtower and another Zergling by the other tower. MorroW has successfully scouted Roll's expansion, and I've said this a bazillion times when we've watched Roll games. What's going to happen is we're going to have defensive sentries laying down force fields in a semi-wall-off position as Roll takes his natural expansion area. As this happens, both players are sitting at approximately 30 harvesters apiece. MorroW sits still at 4 Zerglings. MorroW is mining from will be mining from 2 extractors. He's been mining off 1 extractor since the 7-minute mark. So 7 minutes all the way into the game. MorroW has got 3 queens. So he's able to do larva injecting as required. MorroW pokes in with a couple of Zerglings. McDuff, is there anything you'd like to add at this point?
I just want you guys to let us know if the lag gets a little bit better. I did turn off the camera, and we'll see if that is causing any of the issues here. If you guys are continuing, so that's just 2 cents I wanted to throw in.
Cool. There's no lag for me at all. The
okay.
stream looks amazing. In any event, we see MorroW has almost got his lair upgrade tech completed in his main base. And MorroW is, like a good little Zerg citizen, is spewing creep everywhere. Now, MorroW's biggest win in the Intel Extreme Masters, the very first big European LAN event, was considered tainted by many players because he won it using a tactic with Reapers.